My family dismissed my dream, showering their chosen daughter with riches, but when their gamble collapsed, I stood tall, and my truth broke their world. I'm Clara Wade, 31, a tech analyst who forged a path in Boise, Idaho. At a cozy family dinner in our weathered ranch house, I poured my heart into pitching my $75,000 vision for construction software, SiteSync, with a sleek demo and committed clients. My parents, Harold and Ellen, shut me down. Too risky, Clara. Keep your steady job. My younger sister, Mia, 24, their darling, sneered. Startups aren't for everyone, sis. Her words burned. Months later, Mia unveiled her high-end fashion boutique plan in Spokane. My parents took a $680,000 loan, bought her a Mercedes, and funded her venture. It crashed, the car was seized, and their debt spiraled. Then they begged me to sell my hard-won apartment to bail them out. I met their eyes and said, "No. Have you ever felt invisible among family? Share below. I'm not alone. I'm in Boise, 12:35 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, September 26, 2025. Raised in Boise, I grew up eclipsed by Mia. Harold, a mechanic, and Ellen, a teacher, flaunted her art shows at every cookout, while my coding projects were brushed off. Clara's just number crunching, Ellen would sigh. Harold would grunt, be bold, like Mia. Family gatherings centered on her gallery wins, while my tech internship got a shrug. At 14, I was sidelined, my efforts unseen. When I chose data science at a state university, Harold scoffed, "That's no vision." Mia's art school acceptance sparked a celebration. My path was practical. 5 years ago, our home faced foreclosure, $75,000 in loans. I was 26, building my career, but I emptied my savings to save it. The house where I debugged my first code was my root. I paid utilities, replaced the HVAC, covered Ellen's therapy. Every dollar was for them. Mia sent sporadic texts from Spokane, promising visits that never came. Harold and Ellen raved about her creativity, ignoring my late nights. Funding their home. I overheard Ellen. "Mia's art will shine." I paid the water bill, invisible. Last winter, I upgraded the den. Oak shelves, a new tablet for Harold's news. Ellen called it nice. Harold nodded. Fine. But when Mia called, they gushed over her sketches for hours. I stood in the doorway, hands dusty from shelving. Their indifference, a familiar sting. I'd kept their lives afloat, but their pride was for Mia. Now, they'd bankrolled her fantasy. My resolve sharpened. They'd misjudged me. Their rejection fueled me. I returned to Boise, mortgaged my apartment, and launched SiteSync with $35,000 saved and a $75,000 loan. Our office was a dingy loft, pipes creaking, but it was ours. I hired 2 developers, Leo and Sarah. We worked 17-hour days, coding, pitching, surviving on coffee, and takeout. A client's bailout nearly sank us, but a $55,000 contract from a Nampa firm saved us. We toasted with cheap soda, grinning on crates. SiteSync grew, hitting $450,000 in revenue, serving 20 clients. Investors took notice. I pitched in glass-walled offices, my apartment's risk justified. Meanwhile, Mia's boutique imploded. Her Mercedes, lavish launches, and leased storefront drained the $680,000 loan. It folded in 16 months. The car was towed. My parents' calls grew desperate. The banks seizing the house. They blamed bad luck, never Mia's folly. I stayed silent, watching their debt mount. One snowy night, my phone buzzed. Ellen's voice trembled. "Clara, we need $110,000. Sell your apartment." Harold added, "You're thriving. You owe us." My jaw clenched. Owe them? I recalled their dismissal. I asked for $75,000 for SiteSync. Clients lined up, projections solid. You called it a gamble. But for Mia's boutique, you borrowed $680,000, bought a Mercedes. Was that safe? Silence. Ellen sobbed. "We'll lose everything." Harold snapped. "Family steps up." I said, I'm not your vault. Ask Mia. Weeks later, they arrived at my apartment. Ellen pleaded. We were wrong. Sell the apartment. Mia, silent, stared at the floor. I faced them. I asked for $600 for a tech workshop. You refused. Mia got $10,000 for art classes. My internship award was ignored. Her exhibits got feasts. I saved your home, but you gave Mia everything. Now you want my apartment, my life's work, to fix your error?
No.
I opened the door. I'm not your safety net. Guard your own legacy. They left. The house was auctioned. They moved to a drab rental, Mia a wait. I felt no regret, only freedom. In my apartment, I run SiteSync, now with 25 employees. My neighbor, June, shares tea, praising my stand. I'm planning a coding camp for kids, a beacon for the unseen. I'm not the daughter who saved them anymore. I'm Clara, building my own path unbound.